I played, during this past week and a little bit yesterday,
Okay, so
but,
how
yeah,
that went for you?
um, it's going good. I'm starting to notice that I play really well with, Soldier.
Hmm?
I'm doing a lot better on Soldier. I'm having a lot of good games, but it's like my highs are really high, but then my lows are just, like, really low. Does that make sense, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you notice that you're getting those win streaks and lose streaks a lot, or what is that
yeah,
about?
like, I'll get into a big win streak. And I don't know if they set it up this way on purpose, but it feels like
Hmm.
you have to win like 15 in a row to really make any headway in elo or
Hmm.
rank, which, you know, I'm not too worried about rank, because like you said before, the better I'll get, the more I'll win eventually in
Hmm.
terms of my skill gap. But
100%.
it does suck, if I go on like a 10 win streak, I lose like 4 in a row and then most of my progress is just gone. I don't know why they do that. Is that true? Or, like, I feel like I'm losing more than I'm winning. I
Mm.
don't know.
When you climb in higher ranks, if you equally win or lose the same amount of games, then you lose more MMR. Why? Because you need to maintain 60% win rate to be able to stay up at high ranks. Basically, when I was playing, I remember I needed, for example, to just be comfortably stand at the top. You need to have like maybe let's say 5 wins and then 1, 2 losses. It's you're already down all those SR which you won. So that's why it's like well maybe 3 actually because you need to maintain around the 65 win rate to stay up. So
Mm,
yeah, it's just because of the high ranks are pretty well whenever we get in masters or like get in GM, it's like top 10%, top 1% then in GM. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, but now even if so even when you get in masters, yeah, it's still like pretty. Yeah, it's pretty. The people are pretty skilled, so yeah, that's why.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was really close to getting back into diamond, like, I was at, like, 50 or 60% through Plat 1, and then I don't know, I just went on a big lose streak. I'm still trying to put into play what we've,
Hmm.
went over, but I don't know, it's just some games I feel like some of them were really close,
Hmm.
like, a couple of them were really close.
Hmm.
And then I don't know, everything just went downhill. I try to stay confident and keep putting in a plan on, what I learned, but I don't know. But like I said, my highs are really high,
Hmm.
like 40, 50 elim games in under 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
I don't
Hmm.
know. That's why you're here, I guess.
Yeah.
Point it out for me.
Yeah. 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 No, I think that makes sense. Yeah. Do you have any sort of strategies to make sure you have more of a consistent gameplay in a way? So like, yeah, maybe, yeah. How do you deal with that typically? Like, let's say, okay, win streaks, lose streaks. Is there's anything?
Like how do I deal with a lose streak?
Oh, yeah. Let's start with that, I guess.
Well, if I lo- I try to take a break after like 3 or 4 losses because
Hmm.
at that point my morale's really down and it starts getting to my head that losing is just gonna happen. I try my best to take a break. That's what I usually do for a lose streak.
Hmm. Hmm.
And if I do start losing, I just like if I'm playing soldier a lot and I'm losing a lot, I'll just play a different character.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, maybe we can elaborate on that topic actually. Yeah, do you want to do that first before going over your gameplay? Like, just
What's that?
yeah, elaborating on what you can do to make sure you practice more consistently. You're gonna be yeah having more consistent results in a way.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, we can just. I think it's important to make some notes there. Okay, gonna screen share and yeah. Let's see. Let's go over a few things there then. Okay, so we need more consistency. Okay, consistent gameplay. Oh, just overall consistent results. Can you see my stream just fine, by the way?
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Okay, okay. So basically, what we have is you try to take breaks Okay, it's usually after, like we said, 3, 4 losses, right? So
Hmm.
it's like 3, 4 games. Take a break. Okay, sure. Mm, what else?
I try to switch up characters.
Switch up characters. So, for example, we play an X character, like maybe it's soldier, and then you go other character. Okay, so like going Y character. Okay, is it working for you? Like how does it work for you? Yeah.
Sometimes I find success in it.
Mm-hmm. 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 So what is that about usually when you switch the character? Like why you find success without a character but not like with the original character?
Uh, actually, I'm not sure why, but I guess maybe it's just different. The gameplay is different.
Mm. Mm.
Maybe I'm taking it a lot slower or
Mm.
faster depending on the character change.
Mm. Can you give me an example?
If I'm playing like cast and I can't really get any picks, I will usually switch to like a tracer and just go on a hard flank and just force a pick. Not force a pick, but like make an angle because like playing cast, I'm having a hard time getting an angle. I'll just and if like let's say if off angling is really is either really hard or isn't working with cast, I'll just play tracer and make an angle
Mm.
by
Mm.
hard
Mm.
flanking.
Oh,
And sometimes that does
mm.
work.
Mhm. 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 Do you pay attention to what we said before, so team compositions and the maps as well when you adapt
Yeah.
your character?
Yeah. I usually look at it before the game, like as the game starts, but I also do it when I'm looking when I change because team comps change throughout the game. So I do take that into mind when I try and change. I'm
Mm.
like, let's see what do we have.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I think because this is definitely something to keep an eye on. Yeah, well, if you do that, I think this is great. Yeah, I'm just thinking maybe maybe if you switch the playstyle, I think it helps, but just make sure. I mean, switch the character. Maybe it can help to some point, but make sure you do it for the sake of long-term goals still, so you're not just going something random like, let's say, oh, we have in your hero pool, maybe you have certain characters like what do we have so far? Yeah, Tracer, Cass, for example, and we also have Surgeon, I believe. Yeah, Soldier too. So if you switch, then practicing those characters for the long-term goals, and it just you practicing something, I guess. Yeah, that's really important. So we kind of getting better at certain skill, rather, even on off days. I think it's still important to
Mm.
say, like, when you switch in, you pay attention to what um what I'm getting better at. Yeah, like getting better at still, because if you just switch and just play, I think might be not as beneficial long term. Maybe. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
what. Mm,
sometimes I'm kind of sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but sometimes I try not to switch because of that exactly. I'm like, well, I can't get better if I just keep switching.
mhm. Because overall, the most optimal strategy, I think, if you able to switch because of the map and comp, and then you getting better. Meanwhile, it's something like certain skill. That's the most optimal. But yeah, overall, it's just also possible to like because your long term goals are still getting better at those other characters. At least when you're switching, making sure you play those. In my opinion, you're like, yeah. So I'm gonna say like here, maintain your hero pool because I understand sometimes it's more psychologically, I guess. It always feels like if you play new character, it's also something new in a way, and because the character is different, your brain sort of yeah, it feels different. You maybe okay, it's like an example. Whenever you play one character for a really long period of time, you also might get bored sort of and just like get used to it, so you get sort of autopilot in a way.
Hmm.
That's why I would say like you need to be disciplined with the characters overall, like really disciplined with this, paying attention to the map and team comp when switching. So you will have more frequent changes within your hero pool, I guess. So it's not just kind of stuck on one character for 100 games and getting bored of it and then you get in this autopilot mode, I guess.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's really important. Here, yeah, I like, let's just say discipline. Yeah, discipline there is gonna be really important. Okay. Is there's anything else? You got inconsistency. Yeah, what else? What else you think? So this something, yeah, breaks, it's pretty common. Mm, is there anything else?
Uh, that's about it. That's all I really do in terms of
Mhm.
lost streaks.
How do you can you elaborate on you taking breaks overall? How yeah, how the break looks like for you usually?
I usually get off for like an hour or two. I'll go do something else.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, so do something just not related to the game or
Yeah, I'll either watch a YouTube or play a different game. But
hmm.
sometimes when I watch YouTube, it's about the game.
Mm, mhm, mhm, mhm. So, maybe one of the suggestions there, what you can do to increase the efficiency of your break there is try to do something outside of the game, like basically not related. Yeah, let's say, do something. Yeah, like I said before, I think, yeah, not related to the game. What is that about? Is first of all, you're not sitting in the same workspace where you've been playing, so your brain sort of it's easier for your brain to take a break properly. I guess like just make sure you switch to something else. Like for example, you go outside for a walk, or maybe you also do something else like I don't know, even reading the book, anything really. Yeah,
Mhm.
if there's something else just like that, um, so it's like outside of your let's say like yeah workspace. It's just workspace. I mean yeah, where you play, and yeah, do something else completely. I think it's better, high quality, and you might spend less time actually during the break as well. Like 20 minutes walk might be better in terms of quality than compared to maybe watching something Overwatch related for 1 hour, possibly, for example. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. It's just one of the suggestions, but might be really good. Usually players they find a lot of success with that. Yeah, if you need to do something else outside of the workspace, that's for one. Also something what comes to mind is you can be more. Well, you're already kind of saying, well, 3-4 games to take a break. Maybe you can change this number. So instead of it being like 3-4, typically just around 2 or 3 like maybe just decrease it to one. I mean 2 or 3 games might be even better in my opinion too. So it's kind of like that. Well, and also you can be disciplined with whenever you play for really long periods of time. Yeah, like let's say you sit for 1 hour or like 2 hours, because the idea is when you playing is to maintain your high focus. Maybe try to yeah, actually, what do you think? How long you usually stay focused on the game? Like for yeah, how what is that period? Maybe like 1-2 hours or so, or maybe more, maybe
Uh,
less. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like a really long session can be up to 4 hours for me.
Mm,
That's
mm-hmm.
a long session though.
Mm,
But I
mm-hmm.
would say like average 2 to 3.
Mm-hmm. 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 So you notice you can be pretty focused on the game. Your attention is not dropping as much.
Yeah, I try to stay focused.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm playing with a friend, we don't talk about anything other than the game, like outside of the game.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't listen to music. I can't focus with that music.
Mhm, 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 mhm. Yeah, because for this, maybe you can just check out how long you can stay focused a little bit more accurately, just in case maybe you do notice that after certain periods of time, yeah, maybe after 2 hours, you notice, okay, I'm pretty exhausted. Maybe take a break, or like after 1 hour, take a short break to, um, because you want to maintain playing highly focused all the time. So and it's important, I think, to be disciplined about it. Typically, like breaks every hour or so. those are good, but it depends. It depends on you as a human because some players they can take staying like for really long periods of time. Some players don't, but it's really up to you. You just need to adjust depending on your your needs. For me, when I was playing high tier, it was around like all the time we were back in Overwatch 1, top of 100, that's been around 4.4, 4.3 lobbies. I can take playing more than 1 hour in those, to be honest. Like 1 hour,
Really?
30 minutes, maybe, and that's about it. Because that was pretty intense about for me. But then I was playing on well, just maybe like in scrims and such, or like maybe even you can also play with friends, or maybe I can practice some other characters I wanted to practice. Like I had different accounts for different characters, or like special roles. So just want to notice for how long you can play Chinese speaking without taking a break too. Okay. Does it make sense to you, or
Yeah, no, it makes
this?
sense. I definitely
Mhm.
get, tired mentally after a
Yeah.
while, and I will just be like, "Okay, guys, I gotta take a break. I'm
Yeah,
tired."
because here's the thing about it. It might feel like your day is going really well, and maybe when you're winning as well, 6 hours straight. But what it does to you is that it's just like all of this adds up. You're like maybe this sort of when you're tired, like all of this adds up by every day. You wake up and then you're tired a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then your lose streaks are gonna be like really, really tough. You know what I mean? Because
Mm,
it's all like, let's say I'm not exercising at all for like 2 months. Yeah, it's completely different compared to if I exercise just a little every 10 minutes, but for 2 months as well. It's gonna be completely different. Like I just wake up in the morning, I do brief exercise, and all this small value, it adds up. Maybe you're not noticing it sometimes, but it's just like how it's working for a lot of things. Yeah, just just I think maintain the discipline around it too. Anyway, so it will
okay.
be
No,
more
I
beneficial.
understand.
hmm
Yeah, I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, okay. This might be this. This here. What about your warm up, by the way? So far, you still warm up, try hard FFA, waxed, right?
Yeah, there's not really any tryhard FFA, so I'm still doing 10 to
Yeah,
15
still.
minutes of, Vaxta and, the AIM Arena,
Yeah, I think this is
and
good.
in between games,
Yeah, yeah.
I warm up.
I think this is good. This is good. Okay, that is good. And I think the most important, honestly, about all of this here is, above all, is making sure you enjoy playing the game. So whenever you notice, just overall, like let's say like have like this is gonna be zero. Have fun is gonna be really important. So whatever gets you to have fun, you want to maintain it somehow. Yeah, make sure you have it too. Maybe it's sometimes for some matches it's playing with your friends. Maybe it's also just doing something. Like for me, for example, it was really fun to sometimes just have the music on the background, sort of. Yes, in some cases you don't need it, especially when you're playing those characters where you need to hear the footsteps like a lot,
Mm,
mechanically based,
yeah.
especially like Tracer. But yeah, in some cases you can, for example. So I was doing that, and if it helps overall, then why not? Maybe it can also be something else, but keep an eye. Yeah, keep an eye on making sure you have fun too. Okay, is there's anything else? Setting goals for your practice. Yeah, there's another one. It's just what we talked about here. Yeah, what I'm getting bad at. Um, just keeping an eye on that you have some sort of goal anyway. Because I think we talked about it. It's kind of, you might lose a win, right? But if you get better at something, then it what matters. So goals are also important for the session. Just consistent goals, I guess. Yeah,
Mm.
you have something on your list. Oh, by the way, do you have a certain list, like your own notes for the goals, like what you're practicing on for today, or how do you approach that usually?
I don't have a physical, list, but I think about things I get better at if I
Hmm.
lose. Like, if I have a really close game and I lose, I'm like, "Well, that sucks, but I did better at this game, I feel like.
Mhm, mhm,
Like, if I do really good at staying alive and keeping my, uptime on soldier, I'll be like, "Okay, I did that really well."
mm. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Mm, yeah, what do you think about making, potentially making some physical notes for yourself too? Would you think it would be more beneficial to you, or just
I think
potentially?
it could help and, keep a good reminder. Yeah, it might be good to do that.
Maybe, well, a lot of players that do it this way, trying to not exactly create like big lists, but maybe just create three potential goals, like let's say X, Y, Z, something you want to work on. Three goals is enough for today, and you kind of switch between those. Maybe you can also plan ahead, obviously, like have the plan sort of for every day. Yeah, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, in a way. But yeah, overall,
Mm.
it's that. Like three goals is enough for one game session. Typically, you can increase or decrease depending on how you feel. Maybe goals are too easy or too hard. Yeah, in the case if they're too hard, you can break those down. If they're easy, you might practice just two goals at the same time. But yeah,
Usually, it's more of a mental note when I go into a game. It's usually before, and it depends on the character I pick. Like, let's
hmm.
say, I choose Cass, I'll think, "Okay, remember what Gefest taught you." You know, roll into cover, make sure your teammates are around you, fight for power spots, off
Mhm,
angle, stuff like that. It's
mhm,
usually more of a mental note.
mhm. So I would okay with this. What I hear, yeah, this is great when you're reminding yourself what you do exactly. It's just overall, yeah, reminding. But I would be more specific because when there are too many things for you to keep a track of, it might be difficult. That's why, yeah, just maybe creating the list and then choosing from the list. Make sure you have this one goal in mind, just one. This is usually how you want to do it because if you have too many things, like you mentioned, you need to keep an eye on rolling back to cover, taking off angle, power positions. It might be too much, and your mentally, your brain, you will be overwhelmed because your working memory, like our working memory as humans, is really limited. So I could actually describe you the strategy, how you can work on this a little bit more too. So regarding this, okay, so make your own goals list. Yeah, X, Y, Z. Make sure goals are specific. Yeah, so it can be something like we said, maybe roll to cover, maybe take off angle. You can do it this way. Actually, you can try to imagine each box here. It represents one. Well, maybe not 1 hour. Maybe it's like one game, for example. You play one game here, one game there, one game here, and then kind of repeat the cycle. Yeah, so it's just multiple games. Maybe let's say it's just an example, and the way you practice those goals, you can go about it this way. Just have here your first goal for one game, then have here another goal, and then you can place another goal here just for the third game and repeat the process. You just kind of there's gonna be a cycle in a way. X,
Mm.
Y, Z, X, Y, Z. What's that called? It's interleaf practice. What it helps you with, well, first, we're solving the problem where we focus on too many goals because we need, yeah, we want to make sure goals are specific and uh they are just simple and just we also practice one goal for the game. Yeah, you don't want to practice too many things. Okay, so here we're solving that problem where we just yeah we've been really specific when when we practice doing one game, and your attention is also gonna be really high too. It You can
Mm.
avoid autopilot this way. Why is that? Because you're switching between goals, so you will not. It's kind of similar to what I described with the characters. If you play one character for a really long time, you're most likely to fall into autopilot because it's like becomes boring for your brain in a way. It's
Mm.
like sitting on a long lecture. If you practice one goal for really long periods of time, like let's say I practice X goal, like roll back to cover, eventually your attention will drop. It doesn't matter if the like certain lecture is really interesting to you or not. It's just how brain works. Like you cannot maintain high attention all the time. Like the longer the lecture is, the lower the attention will be just at the end. Mhm. So this way, if you switch between goals, you're solving that problem. That's for one, and you're also doing this in a cycle. You move from X, Y, Z, and X, Y, Z repeat in a way, and this way you're able to put everything in long-term memory. So like long-term memory benefits, because it's just like studying in school. Remember when they I give you the theme, or like in university they give you the theme, then there's another, but then you go back to previous theme, like do the test maybe or something
Mm,
to check on your knowledge. And it's not just because they want you to know, like if you studied or not. It's just one of these ways to like do this interleave practice so you remember stuff. Yeah, so you're gonna be
yeah,
studying. Yeah, you just because if you practice like for really long periods of time, just one thing, maybe like let's say you study before the exam like really a lot, but then you never practice it later, your brain's gonna forget. That's why you need like cycles of the practice, kind of, in a way. Yeah.
okay.
Hmm. So
Yeah, it's kinda it'll be ingrained in you since you're doing it more often.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like with any habits, really. To form the habit, you need to be you need to have those cycles of practice. Yeah, you can never just instantly get better at something, like instantly maintain, instantly get good habits. No, it takes time. It takes time to practice. Even with some mental habits players have, like sometimes, yeah, they react in a certain way. It's also about that. Like even, yeah, a lot of it mentality, psychological. It's also about certain habits you want to form. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So it can be this. Do this called interleave
I'll
practice. Try
try
this
that.
out. Yeah.
I'll try to have, like, a certain goal for the character I play
Hmm.
and just kinda push for that goal mainly.
Yeah. Create your own list. 3 goals is enough, I think, and maintain this strategy. Whenever you feel like you got better at something, maybe you got better at X goal. Yeah. Like let's say, yeah. So example. We got better at X goal. Then what do you want to do in this case? Let's say you got better at something.
I guess
Simply.
we can try and work on the next goal.
Yeah, but just to replace it, replace with something else, I guess. Like, and you have it on the list here, which I give you, because I don't want you to practice everything from the list at once. Just make sure you have some sort of structure. This really helps, I think, to generally speaking, structure it more. Generally speaking, I say, yeah, one goal at a time, but this is kind of might be one of the ways to structure it. I also have more in-depth strategies about how you can structure everything. But so far, this is how you can go about it. I can just add one note. Maybe you notice starting goal is harder. Maybe it's more complicated. Okay, you can have more frequent intervals, like maybe have sort of X, Y, and then X again, and then Z, and then maybe X, Y. It's like more frequent intervals for the certain goals. If you feel
Yeah,
like you need to work on those more, is also possible. But this is kind of fundamental strategy when you practicing. I think, yeah, this is what you can do. There is anything else? Yeah, well, I'm thinking, keeping an eye on, well, definitely important. Still, it can be like here, sort of like most, let's make it like most important. It's having fun is important, but making sure you also solve this like in real life things, such as, yeah, like in real life factors. Maybe it's your slip. So I'm gonna just call it, yeah, like in real life something like. It can be your sleep, exercise, staying hydrated, even meditation can help. Stuff like that, really. But it's really important to make sure you get enough of this to make sure your what's it called? Yeah, your practice is gonna be more consistent in a way. Does it make sense too?
yeah.
Okay, okay. So it's that. It's all people all the time say that, but a lot of people they don't do it properly too. That's why you know
Oh,
it's
yeah,
quite
I
important.
I've actually yeah, I'd keep, I try my best to get a lot of water in, and I always try to get at least 7 hours of sleep.
Nice. Good, good, good.
and a little bit of exercise. I don't really meditate though, but I do those 3 things, and I try to upkeep it.
Mm, mhm. Meditation, it can be really simple. Something like even during the game. So like, yeah, well, during the game, it's just more, or like, well, actually, any meditation. If you're focusing on your breath overall, it's like enough for you to first of all switch your focus and maybe calm down your nerves sometimes. Maybe during the match, what is kind of most common thing, because people maybe get tilted sometimes, so they get certain anxiety, like the aim becomes
Mhm,
really jittery. Like, yeah, it's hard for them to hit the shots. Then you can just make sure you focus on your breath and like breathe really slowly, like take the laziest breaths in a way. That's how I like to describe it, and might
hmm,
help. So you breathe really slowly and then inhale, exhale 3 times might help, and also just doing it during the breaks too might help out too a lot of times. Yeah, stuff like that. Like meditation, it don't have to be complicated. Like sort of really a specific ritual. We can just focus on this. Um, yeah.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
I might need to try that because on really close games, I tend to get, like, a really big, energy rush, and my aim starts getting really jittery.
So yeah, I would just call it like lazy breathing. This is what you can do, like 3 times. 3 times is enough. Usually you inhale with your nose, exhale with your mouth, yeah, and then I think it's fine. Usually this way. And is there anything else? Yeah, actually, I had an article on that. There's it's on Reddit. Maybe if you want to read about this more, just to get some more information. Whenever you get this more anxiety, in a way, maybe you can check this out. I'm gonna send it to you. Okay, give me one moment. Yeah, so it should be over here. Yeah, and I'm sending it to your Discord DMs. Okay, no, it's not. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so this article here, just for the recording, I was gonna place it like here. Yeah, this is an a Watch University, how to deal with an
Alrighty.
anxiety. Yeah, there might be maybe 1 2 things which might be helpful, but honestly, even this is already enough. You don't need to like read the entire article and just apply all of it. You just need 1 2 something. If it's already helping, then it's great. Okay. Is there anything else? Yeah. Do you have any questions about all of this so far? Or
Uh, I don't know. I picked up everything all right
hmm.
so far.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah. So I think yeah. Just maintaining the sort of mm, I think okay. Let's call it like whenever you have an off day, you also want to recognize it. Like make sure you know how to deal with that. Usually on off days, your confidence drops, so you start performing not as good. You wanna try to recognize this and think, yeah, think, mm, what kind of, I guess, thoughts and actions will help you to still maintain the right focus. Yeah, like make sure your focus is good, like pretty. Yeah, you stay highly focused, and you're also able
Mhm.
to practice your certain goals too. So this is gonna be quite important. Yeah, here your list. Make sure you focus on increasing that skill ceiling. Should be good. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else what comes to mind. Yeah, warm up, went over mental notes. Yeah, join the process. I think it's important to mention as well. It's kind of more game related, but you want to remove plays where you rely on inconsistent factors. It kind of, yeah. What I mean by that is, well, first, let's let's say you maybe just rely on a certain thing like just hitting the shots. Okay, you usually don't want to do that. You want to be more you want to be strong at many aspects of your game. That's why it's like decisions, positioning, and mechanics. Maybe not just mechanics. Yeah. So if you notice,
Yeah.
maybe you're not hitting your shots. Well, it's okay, but it becomes also valuable play when you implement other stuff too. So it's, yeah, it's gonna be quite important. Seeing if you're playing, applying all the ideas, all the concepts, if you're able to do so, I think you should be good overall. Like in most fights, that's what matters. Because sometimes, yeah, sometimes you can't be perfect. It's just like one specific thing, especially mechanics. Like a lot of players try, I guess, to focus on like too much. They think, okay, if I
Yeah.
hit a shot, then I win. A lot of times it's not true. You also need other factors too. So yeah, it's this.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah. Okay.
Doesn't matter how much warm up I do or aim training, it doesn't matter if it's a team aspect game.
Yeah, yeah, and another thing is kind of the same. Well, not the same, but it's similar to me. You wanna remove plays, yeah, where you rely on linear decisions. Same strategy. So what I mean by that is, if you notice certain strategies not working, maybe you try out the same flank, but it's not working. Well, you can change the flank. You can change the approach. You, generally speaking, yeah, you choose your position, and maybe it can be something like what else, yeah, maybe even just you use ability in a certain way. Yeah, find something. Like if something is not working multiple times in a row, especially 2 3 times in a row, you typically want to come up with something else, I think. And even during the match you might notice it. Yeah, like you're getting shut down from the same angle 2 3 times. Okay, see what kind of adjustments you can make right away. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Uh, so yeah, I think that's it. Actually, I have the video on this too, but I we already mentioned everything. But it's on my main YouTube channel if you want to watch it. But there are a few all these things we mentioned so far. I think even more actually we covered here, so it should be enough. Okay, I think that's it. Any questions about all the notes?
Seems pretty. I got most of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I got it.
Yeah, I can just make some screenshots and then send those to you then. Okay, so here we got, yeah, everything's gonna be in your Google Doc. Yeah, the new one at least. Okay, so we got this. This is gonna be into leaf practice here. Okay, I'm also gonna make the screenshot. And then there's gonna be something here. Yeah, like here-ish. Yeah, that's gonna be the last one. Okay, what kind of game we want to review today then?
I have I have a soldier specific one. I have a cast specific one. I have a
Mm-hmm.
tracer specific one, and I think I have one that's cast and soldier.
Okay.
But I kind of want to look at a soldier one if you don't care.
I think yeah, it's really up to you. You feel like what do you want to work on more? Really? Yeah, it's we can go with a soldier. That's okay.
Alrighty.
Let's do
I really
that.
want to try to just stay on those three characters specifically, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like with all the sessions we've had, we can go over them quite
Mm-hmm.
often.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. What? Well, what about the latest concepts though? How is the practice so far for you? Like, what have you been working on? Maybe.
With like I said, I've been mainly playing a lot of soldier,
Yeah, yeah.
so power positions. I'm always trying to take a
Mm-hmm.
really strong position from distance. I'm keeping his utility in mind. He's really good medium to long range. Um, against divier characters like Winston and Diva. Uh, I'm not. We talked about how not always committing to the fight and using pylon and trying to fight him in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I try to back away from a Winston's range, or if it's a diva, I always try to get out some help because I can't 1v1 her even with pylon down. Been putting that into play a lot, and I've been finding a lot more success against trying to be shut down by Winston's and flanking a lot. I'm trying to get a lot of off angles with soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with tracer, kind of, except it's not long range. I do have a short one on tracer we can look at. I think I did okay, but there's definitely some things I could have done better.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, it's up to you. Whatever you want to look at more.
Okay, here's one for the soldier one. Maybe we'll have time for both. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, well, we can just look at this and then we can do a game. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. Let's see. Okay, so this is Gibraltar and
Yeah. So I went
mhm,
into. I saw that was Gibraltar, so I was like, okay,
mhm.
most likely we'll play soldier.
Yeah, I think this is
And
fine. Yeah, that's fine map for him. You can take advantage of out of all those high guns here and just stay there comfortably a lot
that's
of
what I.
times.
That's what. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything in specific you struggle with in here as a soldier or?
I usually try to take this high ground right here until they force me off. If they don't force me off, I will try to abuse it. And then if I do get forced out, I'll try to go back kind of behind me around that little other platform.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. What about I think our recent notes were also related to team comms, like understanding
Hmm.
how do you play around that too. Did you look into that more? Just like adapting your
Yes.
playstyle more?
Yeah, I saw that we have a Ash
Mm-hmm.
and Arisa's kind of more of a brawl tank,
Mm-hmm.
but I felt pretty confident that Soldier would be good. I looked at their team comp and I noticed no one can really do anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like no one can really force me off. So like if they had like a Diva or Doomfist or Monkey, I probably would not be staying in this position long. I actually went over this one just a little bit, like the first few minutes, and I saw that I stayed at this position for a good bit until I accidentally fell off, and then I died.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm thinking. Like they have a Rhine, they have a Ana, Kiri, and Ash. The only main person I'm worried about is Ash, or unless Tracer just comes up there and challenges me.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, the map definitely allows you to do continuous damage as a soldier here. In my opinion, overall, you have those decent long sidelines for him. That's for one. Another thing is that your composition overall, you're gonna benefit out of those longer range fights, making sure you play for poke more. Yeah, longer fights. The enemy comp, they overall, the only way to win is to they get on top of your team, yeah, run you
Hmm.
over somehow. It's gonna be difficult for them, especially running this comp. Like Ryan, Kira, Tracer might be really tough. A lot of those characters they're missing verticality too, like Anna as well too. The Ash can challenge you though, maybe Kiri, but that's about it. For other characters takes a lot of time to actually get to
Yeah.
you, especially in defense. So yeah, I think this is good, and you have a lot of flexibility with your flanks, in my opinion. Like angles, you can go really deep as well. Make sure you swing wide, take those wide angles. Yeah, this position is fine at the start. Yeah, so we did get a kill too, right? Let's see. There was someone, or yeah, like Tracer, right? That was good, right? Just start shooting here. Notice the fire strike. Run away. It's the pylon. Okay. Okay, so I like this here. I'm just want to ask you, how do you exactly play too close to this corner? Maybe like you just use this as your cover. Why not to maybe like, even go deeper there potentially later? So it's
I didn't want to get bursted out
yeah,
by the Ash and Kiriko.
yeah. So yeah, so you want to kind of make sure you minimize the sweats there, right? So
Yeah.
see, okay, the way you trying to challenge the sash, now you open to this angle A. Potentially, there might be somebody at B. Maybe Anna at C. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? I think the shooting here is fine, but a lot of times with your position, you want to minimize amount of sweats you deal with. So it's usually so how you use cover. Okay. So is there? Yeah, I'm thinking, looking at it, is there anything you can do about using cover to like not be as exposed?
Well, I was mainly focusing on the Kiri because I was using the wall
Hmm.
to block off those lines of sight,
Yeah.
but I had her low, and I didn't realize that the Ana was up there healing her.
Hmm.
So while I thought she was low, I thought she would stay behind flank,
Hmm.
behind that cover more.
Hmm.
and the only other person I could shoot at the time was Ash. So I thought I could kill her in time before Kiri would challenge me again,
Mhm,
and
mhm,
I was kind of wrong, but
mhm. Yeah,
I'm just
okay.
glad I got the pick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
That
think
was
that
my mindset
yeah,
into it.
I think that getting trying to challenge dash here is good. I just don't like us to being exposed to as many angles. So see,
Yeah,
here's the
yeah, yeah.
idea can try to implement. Not only I want you to use this here, like this structure, which you've been using pretty well, but you also need to think about horizontal corners a little bit more too. So for example, here, for instance, even if I'm there, you're actually gonna be even more safe towards any angle, just in general. And by the way, the Mercy is able to support you too. Because
Oh, okay.
well, why? Because we're using the vertical structure like this one and horizontal like this one too. So your idea with your play is to make sure you, for one, so I'm gonna just yeah, like say this, you minimizing your hitbox. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Minimize your hitbox. This is one, and you do it through minimizing the amount of angles you deal with by because you use cover, like those pieces of cover. To give you an example, maybe yeah, I think I did show something like that when we did session on Cassidy with you. If I go on a training range, practice range here, a lot of players they're really good at using those vertical structures, like normal corners. Like here, for example, yeah, if I pick this way, like left, right, yeah, I can instantly hide, but a lot of people don't realize that there's also horizontal structures they want to use too. So like instead of making sure you stay too close, like it was in your case, you're staying too close and you have a lot of space between the cover and the enemy, like it was in the case
Mhm.
when the Cassidy comes in from spawn, or Kiri comes in out of the box. Yeah, you have all that space. That's why you have a lot of time to hide. If you have a lot of time to hide, they have more time to hit you. So that's gonna be yeah. That's why you get bursted like real quick. Okay, they can
Yeah.
see your entire body. But if you do it this way, I'm just placing the enemy really close to that piece of cover. This is gonna be better. And you can all the time try to use the combination of vertical and horizontal structures too. So I can potentially like come up with some positions on certain maps. I think typically like good example can be Dorado first point, for example. To just
Mhm.
maybe imagine real quick. I can maybe even show you if you like, but yeah, to imagine there's the first point, the high ground. If you holding it and using pretty well, and you kind of
Yeah,
just pulling back.
I that I use that horizontal
Yeah,
structure cover like near the health pack.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll stay back there. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And that's how you want to go about all this. Most of the time, like try to use this a little bit more, in my opinion. Like whenever you get bursted, I think it's really important. Okay, it's just
I
one
tried
idea.
to. I was just
Mhm.
I got a little too greedy for that Ash, and it
I think it was good.
costed me.
You should do that. I think you just need to be even like take smarter like ways to challenge her. So this is one idea, just one, and I think we already talked about it before too. So it's a good reminder. But the second idea, which we didn't talk about, is you want to make sure enemies are more exposed to your damage when you
Mhm.
position. So yeah, maybe good yeah, maybe good example is still going on custom games. Okay, like call games, maybe create Dorado maps and yeah, like oh, just none. Okay, here Dorado. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I'm just gonna big soldier there and show you a few things like especially if you on the first point holding, I think can be a good example. And it's similar on Gibraltar too. So instead of me choosing to position in a way like where the enemies are not as exposed, I want to find a position where they're more away from cover. So like a lot of players, they would do what? They play closer to cover here, and the enemies, they can use this red building as their cover. For example, yeah, so they can instantly
Yeah.
hide. But what you can do is you take wide angle like this one, you have your
Yeah.
own cover, but they
Yeah.
can, yeah, it's gonna be really tough for them to get in the cover, like just hide inside there. And that's why, especially for soldier, it's gonna be important because you can do continuous damage this way.
Mhm.
And to
Yeah,
show
that's
you,
the spot I was talking about. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, this is a good one, and this is exactly what you want to do in here. So where's our yeah Gibraltar? This what you wanna do in here too. Try to take those wide angles as a
I actually
soldier.
think I do that on the spaceship.
Hmm.
I use it as a horizontal cover
Nice.
once we get to it.
Yeah, it's just something we didn't go over, so yeah, I think yeah, just it's anyway the theme in general. So see, like here, I not necessarily want you to well at the start you just getting familiar with their comp, but then later when you're trying to swing, you can swing wider. So what is that gonna be about? Is you shouldn't discharge, go here, and then see how exposed she is gonna be. Like she's gonna be
Mm,
much more exposed, much away from the cover, especially in this case, by the way, when she's getting behind this left corner. She's gonna be much more exposed while you have your own cover to deal with. Yeah, you can hide from all those angles of pressure. Okay. So it's this. You get two simple things then. Yeah, for you. Yeah. Deal ideally. I'm gonna write down a deal with one angle at a time. So just for your safety and for the enemies. Yeah, when you're trying to deal with the enemy, make sure they play away from cover more. That's why you need more wide angles. Like take wider angles. At least a soldier, if possibly. Yeah, if you can, it's really good. Um, yeah, those two ideas. Is it clear? Like all the explanation here, or yeah, any
yeah,
questions?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is what I want you to try to do more later. Like, and we can try to do it in the games too. Mm. So do those things might save your life and also make it easier for you to get a kill on the Ash.
Like I knew I had to get back into cover there
Yeah.
quick, or I was gonna
Yeah.
die. I think I accidentally fall off here one time.
Mm-hmm. Because even there, I can't just literally. You don't have to be all the time using this as your piece of cover, like in position to run away. Literally go deeper. If somebody goes and you're scared of the Winston or Kiri, you can go even deeper. That's okay. Because you're self-sufficient character as a soldier, you can literally run their spawn similar in a similar way like the Tracer does a lot of times.
Hmm,
It's like much better for you to hold those wider spots. You see more, you can do
gotcha.
continuous damage. Yeah. Mm. As a Cassidy, you play closer to your team. Yeah, that's true. That's where you would play the Cass, maybe, if you have Mercy Pocket, by the way. As Soldier, you take deeper angles, kind of. But yeah, this is a good position overall. Yeah, okay,
Oh
this is where it
crap! That's
happened.
where I fell.
Okay, that's alright. It did get Raz there? Wait, it didn't. It did. They didn't interrupt. Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea how they got away with that.
Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. Let's see, for instance, here, I have really wide angle on the Winston, but you have this cover as well, and you really, these guys can do damage to you. It's really good angle, because this guy can hide from all the damage. But a lot of
Yeah,
players, yeah, there were a lot of players that would just play here, and then this guy gets around the corner, and then he's
and he's
safe.
safe.
Yeah, but this is wide angle. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is nice, and one angle at a time too. Okay, later, your wide angle can literally go in a server room if you like.
Hmm.
Maybe here, like taking this later. Yeah, yeah. It depends, but yeah, it's fine. Now once you've done the fight, you just need to set up somewhere. Yeah, yeah, like those long range sightlines are good. See here, like even right away, I want you to like maybe don't stay here, but stay here for wide angle.
Hmm.
Just a little, but you know, it's a little bit more continuous damage. If somebody comes out of the corner, you can deal damage towards them more because you
Hmm.
place yourself in a way like where they might be away from cover, like maybe for a second longer, and you get a kill. Maybe yeah, this is decent for spotter roll. You would run away anyway, but it just see here the difference. I'm sitting here, the Cassidy is more exposed versus this, where they maybe can get back to cover like faster, maybe even use this
Hmm.
horizontal. But yeah, it might seem like a small difference, but still, like it's a good discipline, a good reminder to have. As a cast is usually easier because you can be more bursty. You can pick out, shoot, pick out, shoot. As soldier, you cannot afford yourself to just pick out and shoot. Yeah, you need to always have the wide angles. Yeah, this is nice. Good finisher. And then set up again. So I'm thinking here, you don't even want to be there, I think, like on this high ground. You're not, you just need to be doing more continuous damage, I think.
Mm,
So see, like this spot where you went already, like instantly, you should be there, I think, right away, like kind of wider spot where continuous damage is coming in, like
okay.
the, especially with Mercy Pocket, I think. Why not? Maybe she can go after you, help you out. Okay.
Ah, so close.
Yeah, that was really close through. Yeah. Really uncomfortable. You don't
Yeah.
you don't wanna, and see, here's the thing, like because you want to do continuous damage, you don't want to pick those fights where they can hide instantly, I think.
Hmm.
So you, in this case, if you run back, yeah, well, definitely makes sense. You run away for a little, but then yeah, rejoin the fight. Who do you choose to fight here? What's your thoughts? Or like maybe you can also position differently. So you,
Maybe I could position kind of where Zen is.
mm,
That would have been better.
mm, mm. So here,
Not where Zen is. Like on the
understand?
ground, towards Zen. Like
Let's
you know where I
see.
went down the stairs for the health pack? I could have just
Yeah.
turned right and stayed there.
Who do you shoot in this case then? Who do you pick a fight with?
Probably the two up top, just so I can get them off of it. Do it at
Yeah,
them, so that maybe they get off or can run away.
yeah. Okay. So see, it's important.
This is a
Hmm.
really awkward position for me.
Yeah.
I could have positioned on the road, like
Hmm.
I don't know the word,
Hmm. I
but
mean,
like I could have gotten the health pack,
yeah,
walked out the door, and taken a right, and just taken an angle on these two.
yeah. So see, this is what I want you to like. Idea of making sure you can do. So it's make sure to do. Yeah, you able need to be able to do continuous damage. Yeah, this here you have a lot of possibilities, maybe even sitting here, okay? Maybe sitting there. We just don't want to let the enemy hide instantly. That's why it's an idea.
Hmm.
Like I want you to make sure the enemies yeah, we're kind of maximizing the hitbox. Yeah, maximize the hitbox, and then because you do that, you can continuously do pressure from the angle. They can hide instantly. This is what matters. Like because from here,
Yeah, I couldn't
this.
really kill them.
Yeah, exactly. They hide instantly. That's what I don't like. You want to take an angle where you can maybe have them at least like for 2 seconds or so. Like I don't want them to hide in 0.5 seconds instantly. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe this can be.
especially with soldier, since I have to shoot them for a long time.
Yeah. So line of sight for 2-3 seconds. Again, not the most accurate numbers, but definitely just in general, you don't want them to hide instantly. Maybe to put it
Hmm.
this way. Okay, don't want to hide them instantly. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to do so. That's why, yeah. Sitting here, going there, possibly. You see them. You're like sitting on that box here, literally shooting them. You have to deal with this first, though. So it will be a long range angle, kind of. Push them out, then sit here. Be aware of this. Shoot this. Your position, important.
Trying to help our race out.
Yeah. This is okay. Well, they can challenge you. Well, the short range fights, obviously, a lot of times not in your favor, but it's alright. You have the Mercy Pocket, and you can continuously do damage towards them, so you should be okay. Yeah. This is good sightline. Miss the
Ah,
Helix. It's okay. And now short range fights here. Okay, Mercy Pocket saves you. They run out and take the position. Are you gonna be on the ship? Let's see. Yeah, this is typically a good position for you. Yeah, you have really wide angle. Well, you can see everything from here. And this is your horizontal cover you can use. So see, like here, we really, if anybody is challenging you, they're away from any piece of cover on this map. I think, like, especially on low ground, they can hide from you. That's really good position. That's what I mean by like
Yeah.
maximize the hitbox. Yeah, you want more of those. And as guys can literally, the only space to hide is behind the payload. Maybe sometimes behind those corners, left, right, there. Maybe under the box a little, but even there, yeah, it's such a good spot for you. Nice. Okay. So we're gonna be holding here. Use the helix. Okay. Just care though. So see, I want you to be careful with the angles though. You have this one here, this one here. Go this way maybe if you wanna shoot this
Oh.
first. Yeah, one angle at a time. Yeah, just slightly. Yeah, slightly to the right, or lean towards the back. It's always combination, vertical, horizontal. Even this, it might seem like, well, just the ship, but there are some horizontal and vertical pieces in it too. So use the combination of it. So you dealing with one angle at a time. Right. Any specific questions in this replay maybe? Or yeah, we have time to also do a game. It's up to you. We can either fully review this one or yeah, well, if you
We
feel
can
like
do
you go.
we
Mhm.
can do a game.
Yeah,
I
we can
think we went
try.
over
Yeah,
a good
because
bit.
this
Yeah.
is enough, honestly. Like, making sure you take wide angles, two ideas. Minimize your hitbox, maximize theirs. Wide angles are
Yeah.
helping you out, yeah. And there are different pieces as well, like other too, but yeah. It's typically what you want to do.
Yeah, we can go
Mm-hmm.
for a game.
Yeah, let's do it. Mm. Okay, then
Let's
I will
see.
wait for you to
How
screen
do I
share.
stream? There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see?
Yeah. I'm able to, yeah. This is good.
Alrighty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think maybe for the start, focus on just deal with one angle at a time. For
Mhm.
example, yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Okay, so using horizontal, vertical structures. Yeah, it's gonna be really important to all the time reposition first, shoot second as well for it,
Mm.
so you kind of can always deal, yeah, but deal with one angle at a time. It's definitely takes time to set up first. You don't want to always shoot right away. That's not
Yeah.
necessary sometimes. Yeah, I mean a lot of times actually you don't have to. Hmm.
Maybe the search will be quick.
Yeah, that's okay. You can warm up here or yeah, maybe there's something else like try hard FFA can also do it.
I'm kind of hoping that
Hmm.
maybe with this rank reset it'll give me like revitalized energy to want to play because being hard stuck in plat when I know I can be better. It is kind of demoralizing. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm, yeah, well, I yeah I think it definitely might help in a way. Like also mentally maybe too, just overall.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I went from man, let's try to get into masters to man, let's get out of plat
No,
in
it's
like one season.
yeah, no, well, there are a lot of factors. Like the players also getting better, and generally speaking, the masters now it's like when there was a first rank reset, the masters after the reset, it's the same as GM before. Like basically, GM 1 was really easy to get to, in my opinion. It was really like
Huh.
inflated too, and then after the rank reset, all the GM previous GM 1s, 2s, they in the masters, and really good players like at top level, because you still could be GM one, but then be you could have different like, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, you could have different top of 100 rank. Like some players would be a little bit higher, some of them a little bit lower, depending on the amount of wins and losses. Now it's
Yeah.
more, yeah, it's like different. So it's, yeah, the rank reset, and yeah, they'll definitely changes a lot of times regarding your rank. Yeah,
He's a pretty good soldier, man.
yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, the first point you might struggle with a little, but see what other options. Oh, okay. The defense here should be good for the most part.
Yeah.
Have this first high ground to hold. Then there's elevator on the, yeah, on the left side in this left corner
Mhm.
behind. You can stay there too.
How do you feel about Ball as a tank?
Uh, well, just high skill ceiling, or really like hard to master. Yeah, like it's a good tank overall. Well, but people don't. It just
I don't
depends.
know. I tend to not have the best balls. it
uh,
it makes me very sad.
Yeah, that's kind of the same reason like why people hate Widowmaker, like Tracer, and like silver ranks, because they can't do stuff because it's a really high skill ceiling character.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to learn. If you learn the character though, then you can get really high rank. And as a ball, it's just, yeah, that's the same thing. It's the high skill ceiling tanks in my opinion. Like maybe Winston too, something like, yeah, Winston ball, really high skill ceiling. Yeah.
Oh, they have a
Okay,
widow.
one
Oh
angle at a
god.
time. Try this out. Yeah, make sure. Hmm. Usually, you will not be dealing with Widow's angle. You're trying to like pick something else. From here, you need to set up. Maybe take a elevator. Like you need to wide the angle and all this high ground. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Something. Uh huh. This gives him options. Yeah, I like this more. Nice. Okay. So we set up first. Nice, good. You see, instantly 2 picks from here. Right. Yeah,
Oh,
it's alright.
I'll try to get away.
Was good overall. Try to do a similar thing, and yeah,
Tracer, widow. Okay.
you will usually deal with like, especially if you're able to deal with the Tracy angle, like Life Fever, shoot them first. It's good,
Yeah.
and easy for you.
Oh, there she
Uh
was. I
huh.
didn't know she was there. That was a good shot. I mean, oh man. Widow's gonna have a hard time against
That's okay.
Tracer and Winston.
Yeah, well,
Oh wow. Nope, he's gone.
that's okay. The only thing which can kill you is Widow. So your angles are really, you're minimizing those in this way. So mainly the Widow can shoot you. Yeah. Okay, this is good. Your force primal can kill him. He's feeding. It's a kill. Hmm. You wouldn't draw, but it's okay. Make sure you set up first. You have wide angle first.
All right.
Any point of time. Usually. It's like, unless you have like really big advantage, then maybe you can ignore the setup. But if you don't, then
Like, should I go help the ball
yeah,
out
yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
exactly.
or
If you have
okay?
like if you got more than like 2-3 members, I think you can definitely push up more. And
Oh
this is
no.
your wide angle. But then later you set up one more time for the proper fight. Right.
Now I run.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I help him.
Yeah, you have big
Okay, shit. Maybe
yeah.
I shouldn't run towards the widow with wall hacks.
Yeah. The help idea is like fine. You just don't want to stay in the widow's sidelines.
Yeah.
Even though you
Still
know
the same
she
comp.
has wall hack, it's like as long as you have those mid range angles, you're good. The widow might be up on the high ground, or like might be, yeah. Keep an eye, like see where she is. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Careful. Yeah. Nice. Survived.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go to force primal, third one. You guys can retake with the visor.
Yeah.
This primal is good, and they didn't push the card like really far. You still can technically have 2 fights if you win the next one.
Our ball's doing a lot of.
Yeah, you just need to like get 1-2 picks probably. Uh,
Wow. I want to see this. I mean, she saw where I was.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's okay.
I really want that high ground.
Yeah, you can take it later. Like, see, okay. Oh, interesting beat.
Nice. I can go take it now.
Okay.
I can help him.
Yeah. Widow on the main. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we can set up for the visor for the next fight.
Still the same. Nice. Uh-oh. Ball better watch out. He's anti. Have a brig now. They're just chasing him. Okay. That's a lot of time wasted.
Nice.
And a pick.
Get a pick, yeah.
Ball is just. Look at him.
Yeah, I
He's
mean, you
rolling.
can do that. It's
He's
like,
doing good. Yeah.
yeah, this is good, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's good. Oh,
Okay, got pulls, but it's alright. You still have the pick going in the 3 seconds, maybe you don't.
uh-oh. Okay. No. We have
Oh,
a time. We have time. And I have visor, so.
yeah, let's try trying to like visor and force out a few resources enough. You don't even need to
Yeah.
get a pick. Like, make sure you set up for it. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Our widow is not bad at all.
Mm.
Ooh. I'm dead.
You need to stay in the high ground. You need to get the high ground first. Like, you can't play here. Yeah. Yeah. So see, like, ideally, you visor from here, even though the card
Yeah.
is close, because you have more the long-term value this way. The card will not be exactly, like, captured.
Where'd she go?
She's down there. She's inside. Nice, good.
Widow knows. Oh. Hey, it's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's winnable.
It's not a bad hold at all. Yeah. It's very winnable. Okay. Yeah. Reason I think I kind of just freaked out when I visored on point. I really did. I just wanted them to get away from it because they were so close. But yeah, I think yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I should have had enough time to
Yeah,
get a shot.
and that's why here's the thing, like, cause that's why soldier a lot of times problematic, like even a pro player too, because you use something like visor, and then enemies hide from your bullets, and even though they peek you for half a second, it does nothing because you need continuous damage for the soldier. That's
Yeah.
why like you it's so important. Oh, sorry, it's so important for you to get into those wide angles first.
Yeah. Or make sure they're not anywhere really near cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Let's do. Okay.
Yeah, I think I might struggle a little bit here with soldier, but
You overall, I think try to take this first high ground if possible. Maybe you hold around then. Should be good. You need to run through the through this first choke and up the stairs to the left. Okay, the
what a
Widow's dead.
pick.
The worst enemy.
Widow is.
Yeah, you need to run through once your ball is rolling in. Okay, maybe now it's actually possible. Yeah. Set up on the spider spot. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's decent.
I can hit a shot.
More is one. That's okay. Yeah. It's fine, they can do much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the Widow might come back soon, so care. Yeah.
We need to capture. Oh, I thought that was enemy widow.
Okay. Yeah, now you need to fight for the high grounds. That's where your wide angles are.
Oh,
Keep an eye on your tank. Once your tank is in, you can start taking the positions. Like that's where you start. Yeah, being more aggressive towards the high ground there. Yeah, that was a good time. Care.
oh,
Yeah. Okay, that's all right.
she snuck up on me. That's good on her though.
Yeah.
There goes ball. Okay, she's down here, so no one should really be up here. Mm. Oh,
All right. Okay. Can reset. Yeah, can reset for the visor. Literally again, like
let's
wide
see.
angles, wider first. Try to, I guess. Yeah. Wider angle first, and then just wiser. Even force out the resources enough. Mm, nice. Okay.
Uh,
Well, you have huge advantage there, so you might.
yeah.
That's where you can just ignore the setup. It's okay. Need squishes first, like Anna, or yeah, anyone else. Aris is gonna be really tough to kill most of the time. Hey. Okay. Can take HP back there then. Okay.
Look at that.
Nice.
Too fast.
Yeah, that was good movement there. Nice. We have big advantage. You can sit there, here. It should be alright. If you get Visor for the next fight,
I can just step there.
yeah, exactly. That is one of the best corners for you. You can actually get on top of this thing too, like this one, right to the left of you, if you like, with a even wider options, but do it through the helix. Just use Visor, it's a less fight. Nothing to wait for.
Oh, good game.
Yeah, it's
Not
decent.
bad.
Yeah, decent. Some of the difficulties dealing with Widow maybe, but
Yeah.
overall it's just, first of all, about anticipating. Your awareness, like making sure we scout properly, stuff like that. Yeah, keeping an eye on those threats. Maybe like we're expecting the Widow to be on the main angle, like long sideline, maybe open sidelines. That's where she will be, and even against Sombra too. Yeah, sometimes it show like maybe okay, you don't know what the Sombra is and she's kind of killing you. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
might be difficult, but yeah, overall that was good. Like the law were good high grounds there. I think yeah, you have be able to do continuous damage there. That's nice if you're able to maintain those. As soon as you get those, the fight changes. So this is nice. Mm, Another thing is whenever you play against something like Widow, make sure you take different angle. Like whenever possible, if you like really, if she knows where you are, you want to be careful. Don't stay the same spot. Usually you prioritize movement versus her too. If she's like really
Mhm.
trying to snipe you, I think like try to dodge, like do unpredictable movement. You need to crouch whenever she's like, if you know she's already scoping in on you, something like that maybe is what
Yeah.
can help you to not get killed by her. But overall, it's just honestly not dealing with her at all. I think you just need to like make sure you shoot something else. The Widow has an advantage versus you at those long
Yeah.
range distances, usually in favor of
She
her.
wasn't a bad shot, but I'm glad our widow was better.
Yeah, our Widow definitely did good job too. Yeah, so something she will be dealing with like this enemy Widows she's more comfortable with. Maybe even Ash, like something like Ash, they're more comfortable again dealing with Widows at the long range distance, at least. Okay. Yeah, I think it's mainly it. Oh, you can also do something like if there's ever a Widow, try to make sure they shot is baited because it takes time to charge it, so you don't
Mhm.
peek unless you don't peek the angle exactly. Like for example, you remember that time when he was hiding behind the box when he was coming towards the second point trying to take the high ground. If you know you have nowhere to go, kinda, the enemy widow just she's trying to snipe you. I don't think you can even peek. Like you can just kind of sit there and maybe she peeks somebody else. You're trying to shoot somebody else, and then
Mhm.
you can run. It takes time for her to charge the shot too. You can be patient. Sometimes, yeah, can also be good. But yeah, overall it's fine. Yeah, biggest difficulty was only this widow, my opinion. Yeah, so that's it. Okay. Yeah, I think we can summarize then. Today, yeah, was it's more about this
Alrighty.
cover and yeah, maximize enemy hitbox. So yeah, yeah. You tell me what we went over. What did you learn today?
I learned that always trying to take an angle to where the enemy can't get to cover like instantly. Make my hitbox smaller and sorry, throat's
Okay,
still a little weird.
yeah, that's okay.
Learned a lot about the implementing the goals into kind of specific games, thinking about a specific goal for a certain game. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, on visor, try to kind of goes into the make sure they can't really get into cover with it. Try to use it on high ground
Mm-hmm.
and stay away from the widow's main sideline.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. This is good. This okay. So yeah, I wrote down stuff like when you're trying to minimize your hitbox, horizontal, vertical structures. Keep an eye that currently, it seems like keep an eye on horizontal structures a little bit more. Take advantage of those more. I forgot to mention, whenever you do that, you really place an enemy close to some sort of horizontal structure. The enemy is gonna be only to see your head, so it makes it easier for you to survive too. Something like that,
Hmm.
you can literally do a lot of the peak shooting with Cassidy, or as a soldier, just in general, it's easier for you to do that continuous damage as well. So keep an eye on horizontal structures more. Reposition first, one angle at a time. Yeah, really deal with one as much as possible too. Wide angles, yeah. Exposing an enemy, they need to play away from cover. Yeah, make sure an enemy can hide instantly. It's really important as a soldier.
Yeah.
Whenever you notice you're taking a fight with something what can hide instantly, but you could have taken the fight with something what's more exposed, or like you could position in a way so the enemies are more exposed, then you need to do that. Like make sure you position mostly. It's like either position or choose right duel. Yeah, like where the enemies are more exposed. It's more about that. Okay. Yeah, I think mainly it. That's mainly it. And all the notes, yeah, you're gonna have those in the summary. Okay, do you have any final questions?
Uh, so like I said, it's usually really big highs or really low lows on games where it feels like you're just getting like stomped. Like what do you do when you
Hmm.
feel like a game just seems like it's a certain like 100% a loss? Like
hmm. Um,
what do you do?
Yeah, well, Storm, well, depends on what you mean. Well, if it's just in general, it's a losable game, maybe the teammate just out or something. Still, ideally, like what I focus on, what I get better at, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, if you get better at something, then you win and learn some. Yeah, like not the game, but just in general. But there can also be another thing, like maybe if, getting stormed, like I mentioned, okay, it just might be the signal you're getting snowballed. Okay, this to stop the snowball. You mostly, in my opinion, you need to keep an eye on your ultimates a little bit more because ultimates it gives you such a big advantage, and
Mhm.
because you have it, you can stop the snowball easily. Just make sure you use the ultimate at the right time. You notice you lose 3 fights in a row. Okay, farm your ultimate. Make sure you set up properly. You take the fight, and because the ultimate gives you such a big advantage, you might get the momentum back. You might stop the snowball. You might maybe get 1 2 picks, and that's enough. You get the momentum back this way. That's what you usually can do. Like either this, or sometimes it's also a more riskier plays. That's what I would do too. In order to take a pick, if you get a pick, you have an advantage. Also, yeah, there might be even situations in the middle of the fight. Literally, you lost 3 people. There's no point to maybe sometimes run away, but maybe like try to go really aggressive, like take a really wide angle, or like let's say if there's a Ryan player that would maybe pin in on something, like maybe get a pick. If they don't, okay, they die, but they would die no matter what anyway. Like if the position where they at, if they lost 3 people, for example. So a lot of times
Yeah.
is that when you recognize okay, nice, nothing else to do, just like it's taking more risk is quite important too. Mostly I would focus on ultimates.
Okay.
Mm.
And how do you feel about like let's say you're playing against a really good tank and you know like that tank's the best player on the team. Do you focus the tank
Of
and
course
try to
not.
shut them down?
No,
Or
no,
like
yeah,
as a team though, like as a team, do you try to shut down the tank or
no.
do you just ignore them?
No, well, it doesn't matter like what skill they are. You just need to understand like the strengths and weaknesses overall as a team. Like, what do you do? Well, because it's a comp game, you can't tell everybody what to do. So you just need to see what is the main comp idea, what is your comp, how do you win. Yeah, like make sure you set up correctly, shoot the targets. Overall, yeah, it's really you shouldn't be shooting the tank most of the time because the
Yeah,
air throw. Yeah, make sure they absorb all the attention. So yeah, it's not
cuz
about.
like
Hmm.
like last night we were playing Flashpoint on Junk City and we had them 2 up. All we needed was one more round. We even spawn camped them on the second point and then they came back and 3-2'd us. And at the end of the game, I didn't really realize it at the time, but their Junker Queen went like 49-6.
Hmm.
I don't know how they came back on that. I felt like I didn't play any worse, but we went from 2-0 spawn camping them to them coming back 3-2 and winning.
Yeah, well, it's
I
just
just
a lot of it is just like you need to put more pressure to make sure that they doing less. Basically, this is it. Like you put more pressure. Let's say I put more pressure on the back line. Maybe taking about the angles existing there more. I shoot the Ana more. Shoot the Zenyatta more. Tank can do less. For example, it's all about this idea. Like first of all, yeah, making sure you solve the pressure part. You're able to do more and higher quality of
Okay.
it. And this is really important. It's not that, oh,
So you don't recommend targeting the tank?
no, it's the same idea as like they have a Smurf, you target the Smurf. Never a good idea. Like it's easier to kill four silver players than one diamond Smurf in that game. you know,
Yeah, true. Yeah.
it's an example. I mean, why do you would do that? Like play by their rules anyway. Like you could just.
Yeah, you're
Mm.
right, yeah, they're doing what you want them to do, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, this is too. Yeah, as well. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know, it's just I feel some games where it's like I feel like it's hopeless, I'm not sure exactly what to do, like, even though I'm trying to put in the work we've talked about, it's just some games I'm like, "Well, I don't know what to do, I don't know."
Yeah.
Like
Well.
that Junk City game.
Yeah. Mm,
I started getting really, really, like, anxious when they came back 2 to 2, and I was like, "Well, I don't know."
mm.
I don't know, maybe they just had really big momentum.
Mm, there might be a lot of factors here, but maybe if you're not sure, like just anything specific, you can always send me timestamps with questions too. That's fine as well. But yeah, sometimes there might be these games where it's unwinnable. It's understandable too, honestly. It's like can happen. Not all the games are winnable. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all right. Okay,
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
yeah, okay. Then I'm gonna send you the summary, and yeah, we'll see you later then. And
Alrighty,
yeah,
see ya.
I'll see you on the same day probably.